Thank you very much again. Okay, perfect. Boom. All right, and we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have an incredible guest with us, one who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than Sister Mahasin. First of all, assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam.
This means a great deal to myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast, as we get to, just learn so much about you, because you can be around people and never know what they're going through and never know about them. Like, you just don't really know what people are really going through outside of what they put on social media. Okay, boom. So the first question we want to know is, so my brother went to Phoenix.
Okay.
And he used to live in Phoenix. And so that brought, basically united us. So now it's like, okay, now our families become close. What has been your favorite memory growing up in Phoenix?
My favorite memory would probably be just growing up in the mosque here. It's different. I guess it's different when they say you grew up in the mosque, because all your friends are believers. Like, you don't have any other choice but all your friends to be believers. So
okay.
Your cousins are believers. Your people you go to school with are believers.
Yeah.
You can spend the night at their house. Just being here. It was just having a family within a family. Like that old school, you walking down the block and somebody's gonna tell.
Okay, I know that's right. Okay, great. And we're going to come to your mother, but let's talk about your father for a minute. May I lobby, please? Can I hear your favorite story of your father?
Oh, that was hard. Man, you hit off, just jab me in the gut real quick.
That's how we're moving. That's how we're going.
My favorite story of my father will be when I gave birth to his first grandson.
Okay.
My father came down I was living in Atlanta, and my father came down. Him and my mother would alternate who was going to come down and spend a week with me until I went into labor, because my son, of course, was not on time. And my mother had just flew out. I was having Braxton Hicks. My father was like, I don't know, is the baby coming or is he not coming? My father is flying, getting me to the hospital. My son was born in Emory, downtown.
Okay.
And it was a horrific delivery, but it got to the point during my dilation that my son didn't have any, he had no movement, so they couldn't find a heartbeat. So it went from a normal natural delivery to being an emergency C-section. So in that process, my doctor, who I had, was this beautiful Black African sister. Her boss came down there to oversee it. And he had told my father that if he had to make a decision between allowing me to survive or allowing my son to survive, who would he pick? And if you know my father at all, that was not an option. So my father told him point blank, they both gonna live or you're gonna die. So needless to say, I'm here, and so is my son. But my father has always just been, man, that fighting spirit. Like, it didn't matter what it was, whatever the opposition was, he was coming for you, and he was coming to win. So that is my favorite. And then my father truly, may I love you please, was my best friend. And I know people say that about their parent, but I don't have any bad memories. I think about him every day. There is not a moment that goes by that he is not with me. Oh, that was rough, Josh.
Okay, beautiful. But listen, we easing in this thing. All right. My sister Naima says, giving a handy emoji, say assalamu alaikum. Okay, and thank everybody who's watching. And okay, so my next question is, so let's go back to this delivery room situation. So because of how it happened, is there ever going to be a time where your son may get in trouble or throw you want to yell at him and you don't bring up the fact of how he got here? Like, boy,
absolutely not. No, I tell him, I said, I was in labor for 14 days for you. So, and I'm going to say it every time. Oh yes, I'm going to be that mother. Your whole existence because of life. Understand. Absolutely.
My uncle, Minister Jamil, says, assalamu alaikum. And he says, welcome.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, great. So my next question for you is your mother. Okay, so I had the opportunity of meeting her, I believe, for the first time this year. And you know, when I got the chance to see her, she looks just like you, of course, and your brother Hannibal. All of your family looks alike, and she just had a warm in spirit, beautiful energy. Can you give us your favorite memory with your mom?
Recently, fast forwarding, since I do have a diagnosis of cancer, seeing my mother in a different element. How you know your mother and how you know Sister Latanya are two different variables when you're an adult. So just realizing that my mother has been so strong, and so fragile in the same breath. Her just being by my side. My mother literally went with me every single week to radiation and chemo. I mean, having her hold my hand, just anyone who knows me, I'm really not that sensitive or emotional, but being able to be in that space and be safe, being able to share stories with my mother and be as vulnerable as you can be with a woman who produced me, you know, her telling me about her pain and her worry for her child, you know, having to tell my mother, you know, the what ifs, having those what if conversations has been my favorite memory. Because this is something that she literally has to look at every single day. And looking at her and seeing worry in my mother's eyes is an amazing memory, because you get a chance to see the realness of your parent. You get a chance to see your parent sad, you know, and most of us don't get a chance to see our parents in a weakened or a vulnerable state, not on purpose. You know, just seeing her, you know, literally be a phoenix, you know, just seeing her rise and being able to embrace it. And every day is not a good day. She lets us know. But just seeing her and just having her has been a great memory.
Beautiful. All praises to Allah. Shout out to your parents and shout out to your family. Okay, so now I've interviewed quite a few people who have beat cancer, battled all kind of illnesses. And what they always tell me is the and or support system. How important is that for you?
I'll say this. First of all, if it wasn't for your faith, because you can't beat nothing without your faith. And then comes your family. But my first supporter is my son. He literally is the reason why I am living. Anybody, as you interview, who has ever gone through it or is going through it, man, you have dark days. You have days that you would never in your whole life, you have thoughts and memories and feelings. You would say, I'll never feel that. Oh, you feel it, and it's real, and it's a dark road. Your support system is vital, because they talk you off the ledge. They talk you out the bed. They talk you from them tears. They help you get up. They help you breathe. They literally become your lifeline, because in most cases you're lifeless, you know, and you're weakened, and diseases are embarrassing. People don't say that, but it's embarrassing, you know, to have an ailment, you know, because you always think you're invincible. You always think you're so strong until you realize, no, you're not. Like, something will stop you. So if it wasn't for my support system, man, my brother, my friend, Ebony, Keisha, all of them have been amazing. Just being there. I couldn't do this without them. Absolutely not. The mosque. Oh my God, the mosque here.
And shout out to the Believe, shout out to your support system.
Yes, they're awesome.
my sister Naima says, all praise to Allah. Thank you for your transparency and testimony. What advice would you give to others who may have it don't have to necessarily be cancer, but who are battling anything, as far as the motivation to keep going?
Face it. Spend 3 days in denial. Only 3 days. After that, it's ridiculous. Spend 3 days in denial. Spend 3 days being mad and angry, cuss, fuss, fight, and then get up. Because the longer you take that blow sitting down, the easier it is to be sucked into that black abyss. Get up and fight like hell. Sorry, fight like heck. My mom was watching. I know she is. Fight, you know, and you literally find some motivation every single day to fight. And it's okay to cry. I learned that you have to actually you have to face your fear and realize that your diagnosis, whatever it is, it's a fear, you know, and that we're not invincible. And you have to learn how to lean into your understanding, but be able to look around the corner and accept whatever's coming and be ready to beat it the hell up. That's it. That's it.
Praise be to Allah. Okay, wonderful. Thank everyone who's seen. Next question for you is, growing up in the nation, especially in Phoenix, you all family is a staple in the nation, but especially in Mosque number 32. But could you give us your favorite memory of the most honorable Sis Farrakhan?
Wow. Okay, so that's hard. It's hard only because I realize you don't really realize who the honorable Sis Farrakhan is as a child until you get older. You're like, oh my God, that's who he is. As a child, you're like, oh, okay. But I remember being about 13 and I used to play the violin, and I would go when he would come in town and I would play for him. And Sister Edith, who's here, her husband, Brother Michael, would videotape me playing for him. And I never realized how important that was until I got older and realized who I was sitting in front of. And it's almost silly now because at 13, I didn't know that I had such a wonderful jewel in my midst. I took all those moments for granted, just not knowing. But those are my favorite memories, when he would come into town and we would go over there as children, because the house was so open to the believers and to the children more so. And we would go over there and we would just play. You know, his daughter, may Allah be pleased, was my best friend growing up. So our families were very close, but we would just go and play and just be children and run around the halls and do everything we're not supposed to do because, you know, we're children and we're hard-headed. But that's my favorite, just being there, learning and listening and not understanding what I'm learning or listening, but just being there, you know.
Check you out with the violin playing. I didn't know that. Okay.
So I used to play the violin for 15 years.
Okay.
Then, you know, I got older and I was like, who wants to do that? But I actually just recently picked it back up because it's peaceful and I have a lot of time on my hands, a lot of time now. So find things to do with my time. But yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Praise be to Allah. And man, this whole time I've known you, I never knew you played the violin.
I know, it's a secret. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, well, I have just a few more questions for you, but I got a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. I want to thank everyone who continues to do this every month. They show nothing but love. Hold on, here we go. Hold on 1 second. And thank everyone who continues to like on Facebook as well. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. All right, and here we are. Let's go. So I want to thank, if you all who are watching on YouTube would like to be a sponsor or a donor of the People's Podcast, please cash out the People's Podcast. It's greatly appreciated. I started with my brother Rashad, Street Premier Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out to him. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, both of which are available on Amazon. Please go out and get those. My sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. Right here in the studio of Atlanta, Georgia. We love our tiny dancers. Sister Rashida Rafat, Rod Communications, 5-year anniversary special promo. If you are working on a book and you need copy editing, media relations, content development, Rod Communications is the place to go. Sister Rashida Rafat, 5-year specials. Our student minister out of Austin, Texas, conflict mediation, squashing the beef, Brother Robert L. Muhammad. Thank you very much. He's doing a great work in the community. His wife is the Foodie of Muhammad, Children of Most High, giving birth to a God in the science of child rearing. Thank you very much. We're coming right back to our special guest, Sister Mahasin. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you anywhere in the country. Also, Sister Sherry Muhammad, Ajax Minds, ajaxmind.com. If you want your children to go to school virtually, she's making young kings, queens, and gods. She does a phenomenal job, ajaxminds.com. Dr. Henry M. Carter, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, King Henry's Turkey Legs. Brother Rashad Muhammad of Chicago, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Services. My father's book, A Soldier Movement of Christ. His new book, Down Is Not Out, both of which are available on abdulsharif.com. Cleopatra, which is my children's book on Amazon, as well as No Father, No Excuse. Thank you all very much for your sponsors and donations. Boom. And shout out to Sister Mahasin, who was one of the first people who got my book when Holy David Summer was in Atlanta. So, you know what I'm saying?
I did.
Thank you very much for that. Okay, great. My next question is, what is your greatest joy in life?
Being a mom.
Being a mom, okay. Why is that? Like, what is about motherhood, you know what I'm saying?
Because if it wasn't for my son, He changed my whole life. He helped me grow up. He helped me mature. He helped me realize that there's something other than me that's relevant and important. And he literally is everything good of me. He is everything. I don't have nothing left. He is everything. So, and just looking forward to seeing him grow and mature into an amazing young man. An amazing young man.
Praise be to Allah. Okay, great. My next question is, you text me a link about a GoFundMe, right? And I want to make sure that we share this to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. What is your GoFundMe and how can we assist you right now? Let us know, please.
Wow. So with everything that's going on, I was diagnosed with stage 4 thymic adenocarcinoma, thymoma cancer, which is deemed terminal. I won't claim it. I'm just going to tell you what they say. It's where the cancer sits underneath your heart like this. And it has been a journey. Oh, it's been a journey. I'm so over cancer. But it got to the point now with, since it has been diagnosed terminal, the insurance has decided to drop me because they only give you a life expectancy of 12 months. Well, fortunately, I'm at month 9 and I'm going way past 12 months, although the insurance company does not see that. It had got to a point where becoming humble and transparent was necessary. Like I said, I have a great support system. They have been able to cover me for 9 months, but it has gotten to a point where things have gotten harder. And it took a lot to be able to realize that I can't do everything. I can't fix everything. And I needed help. And I had, with the assistance of my coworkers, they created a GoFundMe page for me, or in honor of me, as they say. And I am trying to meet my goal to kind of cover the medical things that are going on. It's interesting. It's been an interesting journey. So I actually have a GoFundMe out there. I sent you the link. I don't know how to tell you how to get to it. Unfortunately, no, I'm not tech savvy. That is not my thing.
So for people who are watching, what do they type in on GoFundMe? Should they just type in Mahasin Muhammad? What do they type in?
Sahirah Mahasin. Sahirah Mahasin. And it's out there. And when I say I'm so thankful and appreciative because it is picking up traction, I'm so thankful. I'm so humble, more than what you can even understand. And I'm learning to stand in my truth and not be embarrassed by my situation, and not be embarrassed by cancer. My goal is to beat it. There is no other option but to beat it. I'm not taking no L's. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I have too much to live for. So
beautiful.
This smile's gonna be around here for a while, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we are right here supporting you, praying for you. Everybody, let's make sure we go to the GoFundMe and make sure we all support you and your efforts. What type of music do you like to listen to?
I'm a classical. Like, I like the classics. I'm into the the old school Jersey house music.
Okay.
Stuff you don't know nothing about that.
How about that? Okay.
I like R&B. I definitely like R&B. So I get into some rap, sometimes, but then I'll go into actually like instrumental classics.
So, okay, so everything. You like everything. All right.
Not in the country.
Okay, and what do you do for fun besides playing the violin now?
I write. I'm heavily into poetry, so I write a lot of poetry.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I love to read. Lately, I've been journaling, and I've been doing a support group. So when I was going through radiation and chemo, I go to places and meet friends. So we kind of developed a little cancer circle where you kind of just, bounce ideas off. What are you eating? How are you eating? How are you feeling? Just trying to, get some, not staying in a dark place, but it's just like a inspirational kind of chat group where we're kind of putting out little fires so that nobody feels alone, because it's a lonely road. But learning how to, let me be your sister through this, because I've had people be mine, So just trying to be there for somebody else. So, and just fight. We're fighting, we're fighting to win. So it's a win-win.
Great. Okay. And if there are people who are watching who may be battling and want to reach out to you to tell their testimony, or maybe just be there for you. If you have something that you like to share, can they reach out to you on social media?
You know what? Yes, they can reach out to me on social media. I am on Facebook as Mahasin Sahirah, and I am on Instagram as Mahasin Love. But honestly, I had people call me. You know, I don't know if I should give my number out, but I have people call me because I do better. I kind of got to feel your vibe to see what you need, you know, and then we do things like this. We'll video chat. You can email me. My logic is I've been trying my best to respond to everybody because it is a rough road. But the one thing I will tell you is, as a woman, check your health. If you feel like something isn't right, please don't let it linger. You know, the one thing I will say is, in finding out my diagnosis, you learn your body, you know, and if you feel like if your knee is ticking, don't wait 3 months, because you may not have 3 months, you know, and if you have a support system, and if you don't, lean into them, but you always have to tell them what you need. The one biggest mistake I did was I didn't know what I needed, so I didn't know how to ask for help until I was frustrated and my back was up against the wall. So when those people ask you, what do you need or how can I help? It could be something, but it could be a kind word. Send me inspiration. Like now I have people send me a scripture, you know, give me something to read. Help my mind stay motivated so that I don't have the ability to go into those places where my thoughts are not the best. You know, give me a reason to fight. Send me some, you know, some humor. Let's laugh about something. Don't, you know, I'm not a Debbie Downer. You know, we can't have a whole lot of negative talk. You're not going to do a lot of crying because there's too many things we can be doing that's going to make you smile. So I don't know, you know, we're not going to do that. It's about happiness. It's about happiness. So it's positivity and happiness.
Beautiful, great. And so many people showing you love on the People's Podcast page. Thank you. And I can't wait to put this on YouTube. All right. My next question. So since you're doing all your journalism, your journaling, will you ever write a book?
Yes.
Okay.
But my book, honestly, I want to do a book of poetry. Now it's my walk with cancer. That's my book, you know, because I don't want anybody to ever be embarrassed like I was. I don't want anybody to hide it. Because hiding it doesn't help. And this would not be my haircut of choice, but learning to accept it. You know, my hair may never grow back. You know what? I'm gonna figure out how to make this be cute. But learning to take that first piece of hair that falls out and save it. You know, after you cry, because as women we're gonna cry, but realize that's just is strength. You know, take that and mold it into more and more strength. So that's a book that's going to come soon. You know, my walk, how I beat cancer and how I walked with it. So
beautiful. Praise be to Allah.
I'm gonna have to go to you so you can help me do this.
Listen, man, it's no problem. And I tell people, you know, that first strand of hair that dropped off,
My
hair, you know what I'm saying? I just say, hey, you know, move forward. Ain't no pressure. No pressure at all. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it. It's the strength. You know what I'm saying? It's the strength. Whatever works. Okay. Okay. So we have one more question for you.
Okay.
I know you through, of course, my brother and people in the mosque and friends, and just like from a happy standpoint of always being upbeat and things of that nature. How do you, if there might be, how do you want people to see you? Because now you're saying like you're being transparent. People may have not seen you a certain way. You may have not been vulnerable before and shown a certain kind of way. What do you want people to see when they see you? Is it serious Sister Mahasin who's doing protocol or is on post, or is it the violin playing poet who's journaling? The mom, like, how do you want people to see you?
You have to meet me where I'm at. You have to accept me for where I am now, and who I was before I got cancer is not who I am now. So I'm learning me. So who you see that day is who you're gonna meet, but that may not be the same person you see the next day. I literally think I have turned into a person who is bipolar and schizophrenic, because every day is a different me, you know. And as I learn me, I'm trying to give the best form of me. So all of those people are all encompassed inside of me. So I'm trying to give you the best of me every day that you meet me. So in hopes helps you meet me in the best way. but see me who I am. See my truth. I am vulnerable. I cry. Oh my God, I cry more now than I've ever cried in my life. You know, I get angry. I get frustrated. But I am passionate about being passionate, you know. So meet me where I am and understand that I am flawed. I am not perfect, and I accept my imperfections. So if you don't accept them, that's kind of on you. Sorry, not sorry, but more not sorry. So
yes, ma'am. Well, what it sounds like you're describing to me is the women I've dated and every woman in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
I'm like, what you like? You
Really?
cry. You're a different person every day. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. You're vulnerable. It's like, so you sound like you're being a woman. Okay, great. So
no. Wait. But the difference is, what I know is the proper handling of people. So my logic is, I'm going to give you, even at my worst days, I'm going to give you kindness. You know, I'm going to always be respectful. But just understand that every day is not a good day. Every day is not a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Well, will you ever read some of your poetry aloud?
Absolutely. As soon as this pandemic is over, I intend on doing some performances around the area. Like I don't have any more fear, and time is not always on my side. So I want to do everything. Everything. So, right? Silly.
Well, listen, I'm saying, well, on the People's Podcast, every Tuesday we have what is called Talent Tuesday, where we have the singers, the poets, the rappers, and then Top 5, where we talk about all of the pop culture references on, you know, what's going on in society. Whenever you're ready.
I would be honored. I would be honored to be a guest on your show again.
Yeah, please, man, come and give us some, give us some of your spoken word and or the violin, because I'm actually she was I think she was like 14, who came on and killed the violin real quick.
I'm gonna sit right on down in this chair with that violin until I get ready. Don't embarrass me on purpose.
I'm about to say, well, make sure you get together first. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to say 15 years. I've been training for the minister. I was doing.
Listen, it's an inspiring force. It gives me something to look forward to get better, to get back to where I used to be. So
great. And are there any, like, how do you listen to the vibe? Like, who do you listen to as far as the vibe? Do you have to listen to it to play it, or is it just read music? Like, how do you do it?
I read music. I actually read music. I am not able to just play off sound. I am not that skilled. I aspire to be there, you know. But I'll say this: one of my favorite songs is Pachelbel Canon in D. When you get a chance, Google it. You'll love it. You'll love it.
You said a mouthful right there. You said, what? Can you say it one more time?
It's Pachelbel Canon, Pacbel Canon in D. Wonderful song. And you'll know it when you hear it. So
okay, great. I was thinking, like, you know, Kanye West samples with violins.
I'm not there.
I'm just saying, like, you know, that's what I'm thinking about when I hear it. Well, I want to thank everyone who's watching. I want to thank you, Sister Mahasin, for your transparency, your honesty. Please, everybody who's watching, let's make sure we support. I'm gonna chop it up to make sure, you know, we can break it down and share it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, wherever you at. Let's make sure we promote and support our sister, and whatever you need. We're a support system, you know, People's Podcast. We got a little, you know what I'm saying? We a following. We a family here, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. If you ever need anything, may Allah bless you and your family. Shout out to your son as well.
Before you go, Josh, one thing when you're promoting, man, please tell people to check their health. You know, please help people check their mental health. Like, if I can say anything else before we go, please check your mental health. Mental health is real, you know, and it's something very quiet that us in the Black community do not touch into. But for someone who's literally walking down this road, and I think my mental health is a little off these days, please check your mental health, you know, and check on people. If you don't hear from them, please don't think that they're okay. Check on each other. Please check on each other, because you never know what somebody is going through. So that's it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for trying to make everybody cry. You're gonna make us cry today. Sister Erica says, "Assalamu alaikum, sis. Thank you so much for sharing your story." This is Erica Davis, and thank everybody who's watching. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. Shout out to your family, especially your son. And man, can't wait to put this on YouTube. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Wa alaikum salam.